guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. Well, all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep a smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm trying not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go to next. Today is what's really behind it. But before I get to running my mouth, let's go and do what? Check out this manifestation jar, then we're gonna talk about it, okay? Let's see. And I pulled out 2 or 3. And the first one says what? New business. Congratulations. The next one says what? Financial lump sum. We'll take it all day long. And last, well, no, it's not last. I got one more after this. Everything is all right, and indeed it is. And last but not least is what? Student loans paid off. Congratulations. Listen, have you asked the question of what? What's really behind it? Or ask God to reveal it? Don't you know God has planned out your life already for you to be, do, and have certain things? And when God wants you to be, do, and have certain things, He wants you going in that direction or those directions, right? And when you're all the way aligned and connected, you do. You move towards those directions where God wants you to be, do, and have. Which means what? You're on the path, you're moving forward, you're not being distracted. But when you are not all the way aligned and connected, what happens? What happens? You just can't get focused. You just can't get where you're supposed to be. You'll wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start on my book. Start writing in my book. I'm going to start my new business. Start put some stuff together. I'm going to start preparing myself so that I can move out of this house. I'm going to start preparing myself so I can get that new car. I'm going to start preparing myself so I can get a healing. I'm going to start preparing myself so I can get spiritual growth, spiritual discovery. I'm going to start. As soon as your feet hit the ground and you stand up and you get dressed, you get a ring, 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 ring. Hey, you want to go here with me? You want to do that? Da, 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 da. And before you know it, you done said yes. And you go. Or at night before you go to bed, you're saying, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to start writing my book. I'm going to start. I'm out for real. This sound for real this time. But when morning comes, sleep won't turn you loose. You just so sleepy. You so sleepy. Can't open your eyes. You in a deep coma-like sleep. You get what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to be, don't wake me up when I'm dreaming type of thing, right? Exactly. Or you get into a space where you wake up, you get dressed, and you have the plans out. And you say, I'm going to start on this and start on that, and ask God to lead me today. And your phone rings. And it's somebody who's talking for hours and hours and hours. And you don't think nothing of it. Sleeping late, talking hours for hours, going here and there with your friends, doing a whole lot of stuff. And you don't even think twice about what's really behind it. It's a distraction. You do know that. It doesn't mean that the people who are calling you and asking you to go out are mean people or bad people. It's just that sometimes those individuals don't know they're being used to pull you away from what God has called you to be, do, and have. And when you're not all the way aligned and connected, you don't even notice it. That's why 6 months go by, a year go by, 5 years go by, and 10 years go by. You ask yourself, why haven't I published a book yet? Why haven't I started a new business? Where did the time go? It was eaten up by those people, places, and things. That's why now you have to ask yourself, what's really behind it? You sleeping late, all the way up to noon, to 2 o'clock, to 3 p.m., some of y'all. What's behind it? It's keeping you away from your purpose. That certain friend or family member calling, want to talk for hours and hours and hours and hours. What's behind it? They're bored. For them, it's entertainment. But for you, what's really behind it? To get you away from your purpose. You got to start asking yourself these questions. And you got to start saying, hey, God, reveal to me. Reveal unto me. Now that's how I am. If I know I got things I'm supposed to do, moving in the direction where God has called me to be, do, and have. If a phone rings, your girl ain't answering it. No, she's not. And if I do answer it, you ain't going to be talking to me hours and hours and hours. I'm cutting that. Cutting that. No. Now when I'm on the phone, y'all, I make sure that I've finished what I'm supposed to be doing, being, and having before I answer it. If I answer it and I'm on the phone with you for longer than 15 minutes, that means I've done what I was supposed to do for the day. But if I haven't, you ain't gonna hear from me. You ain't even gonna see me. Don't call me. Don't come over here. Why? Because I'm not going to be distracted. Why? Because I'm striving to stay all the way aligned and connected. Some of y'all are frustrated because you don't see any progress. It's because you're not noticing what's behind your friends calling you, or what's behind your family members calling you, or what's behind your friends and family members saying, let's go here and let's go there. They're occupying the time that you're supposed to be spending on what God has called you to be, do, and have. Ask yourself, what's really behind it? Use your time wisely. Use your time wisely. God knows where you're supposed to be. And if you keep allowing people to pull you away from the place you're supposed to be so that you can receive, you'll never get to that point to receive in the manifestation. So ask yourself, what's really behind it? If you, like I said, if you sleeping late in the morning, you better ask yourself, what's behind that sleep? Why are you feeling so tired? Some of y'all like, man, I'm just so tired. I feel so weak. Now, when it's time for you to talk on the phone, you don't feel that tiredness, you don't feel that weakness. When it's time for you to go out with your friends, you don't feel that tiredness, you don't feel that weakness. You only feel like that when you're about to move in your purpose. That's it. When you're about to get into a space where you can grow, that's when you start feeling tired, sleepy. You don't feel like it's worth it. You find something else to occupy your time, right? It's the truth. I had to ask myself, what's really behind it? And if you could see the mask behind what's really behind it, you'll say, I knew something was up. I ain't doing that anymore. And you'll stick to what you're supposed to be doing, being, and having according to what God has called you to be, do, and have. Which means what? Your time will be used wisely, and you'll see productivity. You'll see accomplishment. You'll see success. You will. In other words, you'll receive the manifestation, all because you were able to what? Not be distracted. I know it. I know it. Your mama call you. You won't have to put mama on hold or say, Mama, can I call you back in a little bit? That's what you're going to have to do. If it's your sister or sister-in-law, a brother or brother-in-law, or your BFF, don't pick up that phone. Don't go to that mall. Don't go out. They say, hey, I want to come over. No, not today. You got to be about your business. Be about the business that God has called you to. Ask yourself what's really behind it. If you've been asking yourself why you ain't seeing no type of progress, now's the time to ask yourself what's really behind what you've been doing. Procrastination is pulling you away. It's pulling you away from your goodness and yum yum. Start moving towards your goodness and yum yums to manifest. Which means what? Now you know what's behind those things that were keeping you occupied. So now that you know that, you got to do what? Get and stay all the way aligned and connected so that you can continue moving forward in the directions where God has called you to be, do, and have. And like I said, indeed, you will receive your manifestations. I hope y'all got it. I hope it was good. But if you didn't, rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability. You will ever have the massive smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.